Hello, hello. Good evening, ladies. Here we go again. Hang on. How's everybody doing today? Not so good? Okay, just silence. Oh, Karen says good. All right. Today can be a tough day.
I was driving and it's no longer
Okay, all right, just making sure. Oh, Sandra says great. Sanette says good, but hungry. Okay, we'll talk about that today. Oh, amazing. Amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. Good, but very Zoom user. I need a name. Who's Zoom user? Sana have been eating like a rabbit nonstop. That's okay. That's all right. All good, all good, all good. You're adjusting, recalibrating. This is all part of the learning process right here. You're learning something new. It's all good. All good, all good. Very good in general. Never thought I can make it, right? All right, 7 p.m. Yeah, so this is it. Like today, you took it up. You took the detox to a deeper level. Some of you reached out to me over the weekend. Some of you had some serious healing crises, right? And that's when your symptoms or your detox withdrawal symptoms sort of flare up, or you have something unexpected, or you might have a pre-existing condition get worse. Some of you are still in it before it gets better. And I just have to tell you, ladies, all of you are just troopers, because not a single one of you had an accident, one of you had wisdom teeth pulled out, one of you threw up, one of you like things that would have just taken anybody else out of the game, but like, okay, I don't need to do this now. But you didn't, and you kept on, you stayed with it, you stayed with the consistency, and it's going to pay off. So this is incredible because you are proving to yourself, and everybody here, you didn't have to go through really, really extreme measures to discover this about yourself, that you can do so much more than you thought, right? That the sentence I can't do this is not true. The only reason you don't do something is because you've chosen not to, not because you actually can't. So all of you have proven it to yourselves in the last few days, and then you proved it again to yourself today because you took it to an even deeper level, even more difficult level. The recipes, for this next phase 2, which we're in now, they're not as exciting as the clean eating recipes, for sure. The clean eating recipes, you have more ingredients, there's a little bit more flavor. Phase 2 it's easier in a sense because you're just repeating the same meals over and over and over and over again for the whole week. There's one day where you have spinach soup, one day where you have the potatoes, but actually you're just repeating. So there is a little bit of, easing of the pressure of preparation, but there is a little bit more of the boredom that might come in because it's just the same things over and over again. And then, of course, it all stays the same until Friday, where you have something that is completely different and something where you're going to push yourself once again, which is your juicing day, which is you're not going to have anything except juices on Friday, pure liquid only. Remember, I talked about the different levels of detoxes and how each one is a little bit more deep, more intense, faster. So we're going to go up a couple levels of detoxing and go straight into juice only on Friday. And I always schedule it for a Friday because most of you here live on this side of the world where Friday is a weekend, so that you can actually stay home for that day. But reading all of this, your comments saying that you're good and great and good and good and good is wonderful to read, because also your whole demeanor and your energy going into this is really going to make a huge difference. That even if you're not feeling amazing, like, Sanette is saying, I'm eating like a rabbit. saying, I'm good but hungry. She's acknowledging where she's still challenged, but it's not bringing her down. So it's really important that, yes, you are going through something that's challenging. You're going through the learning curve of this process, even if what's really annoying for you right now is not a detox symptom, but it's maybe the time you have to spend in the kitchen because you're not used to it. But even if you acknowledge that and still say, I'm good though, I'm still good, that energy is what's going to help you to get the better results. Remember, you want to stay in a high vibrational place, because if you bring yourself down and if it gets to a place of, again, I can't do this, this is too hard, why am I doing this, I don't want to be in the kitchen, this is going to it's going to keep you stuck, because you get what you focus on. You get what you focus on. That's just, in the realm of quantum physics, right? You get what you focus on. So if the focus is, I can't, you won't. But if the focus is, I'm good, everything's good, then you will. So remember that you get what you focus on. So the withdrawal symptoms might get worse now that we've taken it deeper today, and that's nothing to worry about. Again, all it is really the kind of detox symptoms you have and how long they stay with you is just reflective of how much built up toxicity you have in your body, how much your body has been trying to process and trying to release, and finally it's able to do it. So some of you who are feeling great, and some of you who are just feeling, really physically still unwell, again, it's not because some of you are doing something right and some of you are not doing it right. 100% no. Every body is very, very different, and everybody's experience going through this and healing is going to be different. Healing is not, it's not the same pace for everybody. It's not linear for sure for anybody. It doesn't follow the same path for everybody. So just remember that your own healing is unique. Let me just look at the comments again. Hungry. Okay, so the hunger might still be there. We're still early days. So the hunger is not because you're actually deficient in something. The hunger is the disguised feeling of the craving calling out. So it's not hunger, it's your sugar craving calling out, potentially your caffeine craving calling out. It's all those pleasure centers in your brain that want their fix, because what you're actually eating right now is so incredibly nutrient dense. It's feeding your body and your cells at a very, very deep level. You are not hungry at all. You are still going through the withdrawal from the addictions. Basically, that's what it is. So what you want to do when that happens, because there's nothing wrong with that feeling, you're going through a withdrawal process. So when it happens, because part of it, you want to retrain those signals also. So you want to retrain a hunger signal that you're not going to respond to it anymore with chocolate or cookies or cake or bread or whatever it is you used to respond to it before. You're going to retrain that a hunger signal now is going to get something healthy. It's going to get some dates. It's going to get an apple. It might get another salad, whatever it is. So that's why it's okay that you are eating nonstop, Sanat, right? You're eating nonstop right now because the cravings are strong, coming in, and they're trying to, derail your progress. So if what you have to do is calm them down by giving them nutritious food and more nutritious food, then you do that. Remember, we said it takes 5 to 7 days for the addiction, the biochemical addiction, or whatever it is you're addicted to actually be done, like your body to be free of it. So it's still early because the first 3 days we were still kind of eating, beans, if you're having some beans, if you're having some protein. So I would say start counting 5 days from today, or definitely by the time we get to the juicing day. That is, by then your biochemical addictions are gone. If you're still getting the hunger signals next week, and we're going to talk about that in a few weeks, then those are more emotional cravings, because there's only 2 types of cravings: nutritional and emotional. So in the nutritional ones, either you're not eating something, or you're withdrawing from something and your body wants its fix, or you've missed a meal, so the body's trying to make up, or there's an emotional craving, something that's missing in your life, and you are not connecting the dots, and then you just think you are craving chocolate, you're craving something sweet, or you're craving your bread to basically fill the void of whatever the message that emotional trigger is giving you. We're gonna get to that, so don't worry about this just yet. So follow your body's signs these days. Hungry, eat. Do not leave yourself, especially if it's colder. Eat. Do not leave yourself to go hungry. Sleep. Rest. If you feel like you can't work out, don't work out. If you feel like you're ready to work out, go work out. If you feel like your body is really calling for you to slow down at this time, then do, if it's you have a job, you have kids, you have responsibilities, then do what's required of you. But all the extra stuff, maybe the socializing, maybe the whatever it is that's not necessary, take a break from it, slow down, and really tune into what your body's trying to tell you. Karen, I'm feeling actually all the days so good. Amazing. I don't know what is that. That's what happens when you fill your body with, not only is it nutrient dense foods, right? These foods have a specific energy. They're alive. So when you're eating foods that are alive, fruits and vegetables, they're giving your body, there's a bioenergetic exchange that happens, very different than when you're eating foods that we call dry, dead, and dumb foods. So anything made from wheat, bread, pasta, anything like that, we call it dry, dead, and dumb. They're lifeless. They can't give you energy. They can't give you as these signs. They can't make you feel good. So once you start eating foods that are just 100% live, and it's live hydration, and it's the live enzymes, and it's the live vitamins, like even so different than popping supplement, right? You're getting the live version. You are going to feel it. It's going to fill up with that live energy. So it's surprising because none of us have ever been taught that this is something that can happen. So it can take you by surprise for sure. But now that you know what it is, pay attention to it. Pay attention to how you have that juice. And then you just, it feels like you've had your coffee. After a while, once you're done with the coffee withdrawal, having the juice, having your smoothie, and having the celery makes you feel like you have a jolt of caffeine. That's the pure live nutrition that you're getting. And what it's doing, it's helping you tap into your natural energy because it's fulfilling what your cells need. So when your cells are being fulfilled, that's where your energy comes from. Your energy comes from a part of your cells called the mitochondria. And it's like your energy factory. When the mitochondria are not being fed properly, they become really tired and really sluggish. Then you become really tired and really sluggish. So we're going into the heart of this energy factory and recharging it and giving it like bolts of energy from this food so that you can then be energetic naturally, in tune with your body, eating straight from nature, not needing any external stimulants. Hiba, I have acne on my back and lower back. Is it because of the detox? So some of you, so a detox, very common detox symptom is pimples, rashes, acne, because your skin is your largest organ. We're gonna talk about skin. Think about it. Look at how much space your skin covers all over your body. It's an organ. It's your largest organ, and it's actually your largest detox organ. So when the body is working at eliminating through the other detox organs, your liver, your kidneys, your lymphatic system, it then can also push through the skin. So it's nothing to worry about. So it's not like you suddenly have an acne problem. Anytime, whether you've intentionally triggered acne by going on a detox, or if you just have chronic acne, that's a sign that the body is dealing with an internal toxicity, trying to detox it, trying to get rid of it. It's not able to sort of be filtered out through the kidneys, through the liver, through the lymphatic system. So finally, it has to come out through the skin. So that's not a problem. Your body's just clearing, Hiba. Totally, totally okay. Hiba, I have very bad headache and migraines 4 days ago now. Today was the peak. So when you have a pre-existing condition, migraines, maybe you have horrible period pains, maybe you have a sinus issue, anything that's been with you for a long time, it will reach a peak. It has to. As you're going through your detox withdrawal symptoms, you might have the usual, the fatigue, the sleepiness, but your particular chronic condition will reach a peak. and then it will start to taper off. So in that instance, as I was telling Hiba, you do need to take the medication for something like migraine, something that's debilitating. We're not going to take over-the-counter medications because of a minor headache or a headache that you can sleep through, or some body aches, or if you have a runny nose, or even if you have a fever. You don't need any medication for that. But something like migraines, or one of the ladies had, injured herself, or one of the ladies had wisdom tooth pulled out. That's sort of different than we're trying to heal the body naturally and holistically. When there's an accident, when there's an acute infection, when there's a debilitating pain in the body, this is the time where you want to use medicine. So there's two sides to medicine, and I think people really get them confused. There's one that unfortunately just doesn't work. It's the side of medicine that deals with chronic illness, of which all of you have. Any chronic disease, anything from like headaches to insomnia to all the hormonal imbalances to diabetes to heart disease to Alzheimer's to cancer to acne to arthritis, you name it. All of those, we call those chronic diseases. Conventional medicine does not know how to heal them. They give you medication to manage the symptoms. They give you medication to make sure maybe your condition doesn't get worse, although in many cases it does, but they don't heal it. I mean, you have to understand this to be able to choose how you want to treat yourself. The other side of medicine is the medicine, and this is the side that's not successful. And I say it's not successful because every single chronic disease, the ones I've listed, and like there's many, many others I haven't listed, and have only increased in the past 70 years. We have not seen heart disease go down. We have not seen diabetes go down. We have not seen high blood pressure go down. We have not seen cancer go down. Every single one of these chronic conditions is on the rise. We all know people who have cancer. Every one of us here now has multiple friends and family members who have cancer, or who have arthritis, or who have, I've seen in the past 6 months, endometriosis shoot through the roof. When I first started out 10 years ago, maybe like once every 3 years, a lady would come to me with endometriosis. In the past year, I've had 10 ladies come to me. So endometriosis, PCOS, every single chronic condition you can think of is caused by food and lifestyle factors. Every single one, even the ones that we call genetic, even the ones where they tell you, oh, because your mom had diabetes, oh, because your dad had heart disease. Well, yes, but you didn't inherit your mom's diabetes or your dad's heart disease. You inherited the lifestyle that gave them the diabetes and the heart disease, because we all are born into families and we all eat exactly the same way. Most of us usually live in exactly the same way. Most of us move in the same way as our parents. So yeah, if you eat and breathe and move and think just like your mom and your father and your grandparents, you're all going to have the same conditions. But we also know that if you don't do that, if you completely move away from that and completely move away from your generational patterns, right? These are generational patterns that are passed down from one generation to the other. If you break that generational pattern, and you be that one person that's going to break it, your children and their children will not have these. You won't have the issues to start with. You will not end up with diabetes or heart disease or whatever your parents and grandparents had, because you're going to treat your body differently. So we know that that part of medicine, unfortunately, has failed because all of the diseases are on the rise. The side of medicine that is incredibly successful is the one where if you have an accident, God forbid, a trauma, acute infection, you need restorative surgery, things like that. That's the side of medicine that's brilliant. And that's the side where you really shouldn't be having a conversation with the doctor. He has the last say because it's an emergency, right? You've had an accident, you've injured yourself. When we're looking at chronic disease, this is where you have a choice, because we know that there's two ways to deal with it. You can go the conventional way and just manage your symptoms, or you can go the natural way. So you get to have a say in that. You get to say, no, actually, I don't want to take this thyroid medication for the rest of my life. I want to go and heal myself and not be dependent on it and not see a gradual decline in my health. So be very aware of these two different sides of medicine. And on one side, you need to follow those instructions. You need to take the pain medication, or you need to take the antibiotic, or you need to have that surgery, or you need to have that cast, or they need to do whatever emergency procedure they have to do on you. Like, that's not the time to say, well, maybe I'm going to go on maybe I'm going to juice and I won't need this cast. That's not the time to do that. The other side, though, 100% you're right, because we know that it can be healed naturally. So all this to say, yes, that the ladies who had wisdom teeth pulled, injuries, they definitely needed to take painkillers during this time, because also, here's the thing, if the body's going through excessive pain for whatever reason, but specifically when you're injured, it's very hard for the body to heal while you are experiencing the pain. So we need to find relief from the pain, because that is a source of stress. If you're in so much pain, that's going to trigger cortisol in the body, because and tomorrow we're going to talk about hormones. Cortisol is the way your body deals with stress. So it's going to keep your cortisol levels high. You won't be able to heal properly. So we don't need the medication for chronic issues. We do need medication in terms of pain management, in terms of infections and accidents and things like that. All right. Noher, I couldn't wake up on Friday, but I felt much better on Saturday. Headache, no energy, runny nose. Perfect, like textbook, Noher, of detox withdrawal symptoms. One day you can't wake up, then you wake up the next day a little bit better. Headache, no energy, runny nose. All of these are the basic symptoms of detoxing. Headache, no energy, sleepy, runny nose, potentially body aches. Very, very, very typical. When they happen, it's like, oh yeah, expected. Sleep through it, rest through it, use the lavender oil, and they will pass. Abir, can I add honey with hibiscus instead of lemon? Yes, of course, you can add raw honey, ladies, to any of the herbal drinks. Raw honey is great. You can also add it to your lemon water in the morning if it's a little bit too bitter for you and you'd like it more sweet. Shahinez, I started eating clean since last week. I feel much better today than before. I had a runny nose the last 3 days, but I'm better today, alhamdulillah. I just want an orange or something sweet after lunch. Go for it. So the runny nose is totally normal. Let your noses run, ladies. You have a runny nose, do not take medication to stop it. A runny nose, our body stores inflammation in mucus. So when it gathers the mucus and wants to let it out, that's toxicity leaving. So let yourself have a runny nose. Same way that if you have diarrhea, that's toxicity leaving on the other end. Don't interfere in this process. Of course, you can have an orange after lunch, Shahinez. So now that we're just doing fruits and vegetables, you don't even have to wait. So you can have the veggies and the salad, and as soon as you're finished, you can have an orange. And then your snack is apples and dates. So you can definitely do both or either or right after your lunch, no problem. Are we still having fruits in this phase or just the apples and dates? So the apples and dates are the core. So this is like, you have the core plan. Don't deviate from the core plan, because it's it's medicinal, and it's the way the certain ingredients, the certain fruits and the vegetables work. So once you've had your apples and dates and you still want more fruits, you can either have more apples and dates, or you can go have any other fruit that you want. No problem at all. Sana, I noticed a change in the urine smell today. Did you have asparagus today, Sana? Because asparagus is what's going to do it right away. First thing that will do a change in your urine smell is asparagus. Yeah. Yeah, I went down to see her answer. Yes. And then no problem at all. It's from the asparagus. There's I don't know the scientific name. Something in the asparagus that will do that, and it will come out in your urine. Heba. Yes, I actually have my period and sinuses very bad. So again, if sinuses are pre-existing condition, they're going to flare up, they're going to get worse. And it's like that part of the body that has the chronic condition. So migraines are in your head, sinuses here. If you have period cramps, your next cycle might be worse. If you have arthritis or any kind of chronic discomfort in a certain part of your body, when we feel that get worse, it's because that part of your body has a concentration of the inflammation. right? It's a concentration of the toxins. So that part is like getting rid of the inflammation right there. That concentration is being broken up and being released. And that's why it gets worse before it gets better. How does the medicine affect the detox process? So if we're talking over-the-counter medication, so let's say we're talking typical cold and flu medicines, Tylenol, right? Panadol, or I don't know what, I don't know what the medications are called, like if you have a runny nose. What they do, they don't treat the root cause of why you have a runny nose, or why you have a cough, or why you have a headache. We know that the root cause is one of two things. If you're not detoxing and you're just going about your day and you have a headache, or you suddenly get a runny nose, or you get body aches, or you get, you know, what's called the flu, okay, and you're not detoxing. What that's the root cause of that is your body's natural cleansing process. It's taking the all the accumulation, like it reached a threshold of inflammation, and it needs to get rid of it. And that inflammation came from where? It came from the list of inflammatory foods that you have, plus all the environmental toxins like beauty products, germs in the air, maybe you caught a virus here and there, and the body wants to get rid of it. So when you take the medication, all it does, the medication is just built to suppress the symptom. Okay, so what it does is it blocks the systems, right? It blocks your body from a runny nose. It blocks the pain sensors so you don't feel the headache or you don't feel the body aches. The medicine doesn't get to the root cause of why the inflammation has reached a peak and why it needs to leave your body. So the process gets stopped. Like if you stop the runny nose, then the inflammation gets pushed back. If you stop the coughing, then the inflammation gets back. If you have diarrhea and you take medicine to stop the diarrhea, then it all gets backed up again. So we need to let the body go through the whole arc of healing, because the reason you have these symptoms is not because you're deficient in Tylenol. You're not deficient in Panadol. You're not deficient in birth control pills. You know, when they give you that as a treatment for PCOS or endometriosis or painful periods, you're not deficient in anything really when it comes to chronic conditions, right? You're not deficient in, you know, what's the acid reflux medicine called? The one that everybody takes. You're not deficient in that. You're not deficient in Tums. There's Tums and there's another one that everybody takes, Nexium. You're not deficient in those medications. It's not because you're not taking that, that's why you have an issue. There is an internal imbalance that's happening, and then they give you the medication to just push everything down without addressing the root cause. So you continue to have acid reflux. You continue to have a thyroid condition. You continue to have depression. You're not treated, you're not cured of these, right? They just give you something to suppress it all, to manage it all. The other reason why you have these symptoms is when you intentionally detox, like how we're doing now. So the body has the built-in cleansing process, which you would probably, now you're going to start paying attention to it. But before that, you didn't realize it was the body's built-in cleaning system, that every time you have a runny nose, it's because the body has reached its fill, reached a tipping point and needs to get rid of it. So when you intentionally do it, you're going to get the same symptoms, because whether you trigger the symptom yourself intentionally or just the body doing it on its own, it's the same thing. You're doing the same thing to clear the body of toxins. Heba, I also have pain in the kidneys. So pain, remember the kidneys are another detox organ, and two of them, huge detox organs right here, right? They filter. So if they haven't been able to filter properly in the past while, because the body's overloaded and there's a backlog, what we're doing now, we're finally letting them jumpstart, right? We're like getting the ball rolling. So you're going to feel that because they're working, they were really slow before, and now they're working more efficiently. So it's very normal to feel that soreness around your kidneys. Again, I said use the magnesium oil spray in the evenings or anytime you feel it. You could also take an Epsom salt bath. That will help soothe the discomfort as well. Yasmin, have any of your cancer clients refused chemo and only no, the only cancer clients I've worked with, you know, 4 ladies, they all had breast cancer. And when they came to me, they had already started chemo, had 1 or 2 double mastectomies, they were all of them on hormone replacement therapy. So I haven't had anybody. No, everybody's, when it comes to cancer, not me personally. I know other health coaches who have and other naturopaths who have, but not me personally. They have already been on the treatment, but what they discover is, because apparently the hormone replacement therapy and all the other sort of treatments that they have to take, and if they're doing chemo and all of this, it causes all these other side effects on the organs. So, and I'll share one of their testimonials. I've shared it before, is that they don't end up with any of the side effects from the treatment when they do this detox. So instead of having to go through the surgery, the medicine, the side effects of all the medicine, they live their lives normally while they're taking their treatments. And they don't have, apparently, I think they take the hormone replacement. Is it a hormone replacement pill or a type of cancer pill? I don't remember exactly, but it's like a pill they all have to take for like the next 5 years or for a very, very long time. And this pill is supposed to cause certain, like they always have to do checkups regularly every 3 months to make sure all of their organs are functioning properly. And what happens is when they do the detox, they get incredible results to the extent that their doctors can't believe that they're not having the side effects that all the other cancer patients are having. But I worked with a lady, she was my coach, and I worked with her because she had cleared her cancer. She refused, they wanted to take, she had something in her uterus, and she lives in England, and they wanted to remove her uterus and remove her ovaries and then put her on chemo and radiation, blah, 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 blah. She's my age, she's 50, and she refused all of that, and she 100% treated herself. She is cancer-free, and she did it by juicing only. Remember, cancer, we need to go to the highest levels of detoxing. She did it by juicing only for 8 months, and then she was 100% cancer-free and still is. Hiba, are we gonna lose weight and fat? So when the body needs to heal, and all of you here need to heal first, the body knows what to prioritize. As long as you have a chronic condition, any one of the diagnosed conditions that you have, the body is not going to prioritize weight loss until it feels like the healing is well underway and you're doing well on the healing process. If you don't have something that is a big diagnosed condition, the weight loss then is going to depend mainly on how much weight you need to lose. So if somebody who needs to lose 20 kilos is going to lose weight faster than somebody who needs to lose 5 kilos. The other thing that's going to happen with weight loss and what's going to affect weight loss is how many diets have you done leading up to this detox? So your body keeps count. If you've ever heard the phrase or read the book, The Body Keeps the Score, that your body remembers every single time you've tried to force it into deprivation, which is mainstream conventional diets, right? It remembers the time you restricted calories. It remembers the time that you did high protein only. It remembers the time. It remembers every single time. So now that you're doing this detox, moving into a lifestyle of clean eating, on some level, if you've always been going what we call through yo-yo dieting, your body's not really going to trust you just yet. It's going to think, oh, here we go. Here's another thing she's trying just to lose weight. And it won't know that this is the real thing this time until you've been doing it for several months, and then it will release the weight. The other reason why weight loss might slow down for some of you or not happen until for a while is because of the amount of hydration that you're consuming. So most of you did not come into this plan eating these amounts of fruits and vegetables, the majority of you. And these amounts of fruits and vegetables are incredibly hydrating, as I told you. So coming into this plan, if you're eating high protein or just eating the standard diet that everybody eats of bread and rice and pasta and meat, you were dehydrated. You came into this day one of this plan already dehydrated because you weren't eating enough fruits and vegetables that hydrate your body on a cellular level. So now that you are, and now that your cells are getting this hydration, which contains the nutrients plus the information to feed your cells and jumpstart your mitochondria, your cells, again, can't believe what they're getting. So they're going to hold on to this hydration that they've been missing for dear life. So it might even feel for some of you like you might be gaining weight in the next couple of weeks. It's not fat weight. And I highly, highly, highly recommend, and I can't recommend this enough, put the scale away. It does nothing but drive you crazy. It might happen that weight loss is stalled or you gain weight because the body is finally getting this incredibly important vital hydration that it's never gotten before or never gotten enough of before. Gonna hold on to it again until it's confident, until it trusts you that this is not a temporary process. And once it believes that and you believe that, then it will release the hydration. It's not fat weight. It will release this extra hydration. So Nexium, yes, thank you. I get heartburn when I sleep. Are you sleeping right after you eat? You don't want to sleep right after you eat. Like especially dinner time, you want to have time between your last meal and dinner, 3 to 4 hours. Otherwise, yeah, anybody's going to get acid reflux if they go to sleep after eating. Senna, I actually noticed 1 kilogram weight gain. There you go. Exactly. And Hiba, I noticed I gained also, so that's why I'm asking, aren't we supposed to lose? I gave you your answer. There it is. Do not. I don't know how much I can stress this. Getting on the scale is not in your favor. It's not in your favor because right now you're healing and the scale doesn't tell you how well you're healing or how much healing has happened. The scale, when you get on your scale, and you can do this as an experiment, if you get on a scale 5 times a day, you're going to get a different reading every single time. 1 in the morning is going to be different than 3 hours later, different than 3 hours later, different than 3 hours later. And throughout the month, just because of our cycles, you're going to have a different reading. Even if you're not menstruating, we still go through a cycle in our bodies. So the weight doesn't tell you anything. It's literally just a random number. And all it does is create frustration. And right now, if you get frustrated, we're going to talk about this tomorrow, that's going to trigger cortisol. And if cortisol is high, it's very difficult to lose weight when cortisol is high in your body, no matter what you're eating. So you want to be relaxed and you want to be enjoying, and you don't want to be jumping on the scale every single morning. You want to be tracking your symptoms. You want to see, is my headache going away? Is my acid reflux going away? Is my PMS going away? Are my thyroid symptoms going away? Is my hair not falling out anymore? Is my skin starting to look brighter? Am I waking up every day, oh my God, without coffee, but I don't need it and I can work out and I can go to work and I do everything, my energy's back? Is my focus back? That's what you want to focus on because those are the signs of healing. The weight, the number on the scale is going to mislead you and it's going to confuse you and it's going to frustrate you. I'm 47 kilos and super scared to lose weight. Again, don't be, so either way, okay? So that fear, right, of either gaining or losing doesn't serve you. The body knows how and when to find its set point. If you are somebody who doesn't want to lose weight, here's the thing though, if you are carrying inflammation and you're carrying inflammation because you have symptoms, how are you going to get rid of the symptoms if the body doesn't release the inflammation? And so the body's going to have to release the inflammation typically through some type of weight loss. At some level, that inflammation has to leave the body in as weight loss. So if it does, take it in your stride and realize that this is not a bad thing that's happening. Sometimes we have to break the body down a little bit before we build it up again. So if that means losing a couple of kilos because that's the toxicity leaving your body, and then the body's going to build up again, that's actually what you want to happen. So getting on the scale because you're afraid to gain or lose weight doesn't serve you. And again, and here's the thing with the numbers. Who says what's actually underweight and who says what's actually overweight? We actually don't know. We actually don't know, despite the whole BMI and all of this. We actually don't know how much anybody should weigh exactly. These are just kind of theories they put out there, but they're not exact and they're not absolute. So something else you want to get yourself out of the habit of, and something else you want to unlearn, is the attachment to the number on a scale. I could not have my dinner for the past 2 days, but still when I napped after my snack of apples and grapefruit, I woke up with a heartburn. Okay, so here's what your apples and the grapefruit are doing. Remember, they're clearing. Acid reflux is what? Any of you have heartburn here? This is not because you have too much acid reflux. It's the complete opposite. It's because you have too little. It's because your body is not able to produce enough acid, digestive acids, because of the bacteria and the toxins in your gut. So now, when you're not detoxing, you're going to feel this because of all the foods that you're eating. When you start detoxing, and grapefruit is going to really do this, the lemon juice in the morning will do this, all the fruits will do this, they're going to go in and eat. Remember I talked about die-off? Same thing happens with acid reflux. They're going to go in and kill off the bacteria and the pathogens that create acid reflux. Acid reflux actually originates in your liver. For some people, if it's not a bacterial issue, a pathogen issue, it might be a hernia issue that actually goes undetected and can lead to acid reflux. So unless you've 100% ruled that out, then all that we're dealing with is just the bacteria and the pathogens that are being killed, and that's it. Hiba, can I eat mushroom soup beside the lunch or dinner? Yes, you can. So instead of having the mushrooms as part of your veggies, you can have them as a soup, and a side to the broccoli and asparagus and all the other vegetables. Yes, you can do that. Sandra, go ahead.
Hi. I don't mean to jump ahead, but I have a wedding on Friday, which will be juicing day. That's why I wanted to just plan ahead how to do that. I'll be away like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Coming back Saturday because it's in Luxor.
Do you have access to a kitchen?
No, I'm gonna be in Luxor in hotel.
So you're just eating hotel food?
Yes.
Okay, so what you would do then is in the morning, breakfast buffet, fruits. They always have a selection of fruits. That's easy to do. Some hotels can even make you a smoothie if you want. They can definitely give you warm water with lemon in the morning. Okay. I would do lunch and dinner. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and you're home Saturday?
Yes. Saturday at night.
Yeah. As much as you can, as much, because it's out of your control. I mean, I don't know how much you know about where you're going to eat. As much as you can, do salads and do sauteed veggies, roasted veggies, as much as you can. If it's not something that's easy, if it's not tasty, because, they don't always make it tasty, then go ahead and have a piece of grilled protein, okay, next to a salad or next to the veggies. Sometimes they just make the veggies look so unappetizing usually, especially like someplace like Luxor. So if that's the case, it's not about torturing yourself, it's about understanding how to keep this sustainable. So if it looks like you're just uncomfortable with the meal that you have access to, get something grilled, a grilled protein, all right? When you come back Saturday, Sunday, I would do 3 days without the animal protein, because if you choose to do animal protein, let's just say it's as if you're starting the 9 days over, right? So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday would be your 3 days with protein, then do your 6 days no protein, followed by the juicing day the following week. So you're just going to sort of shift everything a week.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Karen, can I have more roasted broccoli, zucchini, beans, and skip the salad? I want you to have the raw. So the raw is really important. What's your reasoning for that, Karen? Is there a reason for that? Because you want to have the cook, because remember the raw is the one that is more healing, because we haven't heated it and lost any of the hydration or the live vitamins and the live minerals. So let me know why you feel like you want to do that. Abir, don't like it. Okay. You can try different variations. I mean, is there a green salad that you used to eat before the detox that you could eat? So a green salad, this is where you can be really, really flexible and really, really do whatever you want with it, right? Any type of salad greens, any mix of different types of lettuce. You can add fresh spinach to that, arugula, and then all the veggies that you like, right? Whether that's cucumbers, tomatoes, green onions, if you like bell peppers, like whatever. Is there a variation that you can do? Abir, I didn't eat the green salad today. I didn't prepare it earlier. Do you think it will have effect not having it? Ideally, you want to have the greens, the raw greens, right? Because those are healing. Will you not having it once going to throw everything that you're doing? Of course not. So see what it is that got in your way. Like the question here is, what got in your way of preparing it, right? What is it that was lost in your process where you weren't able to get to preparing the salad today? That's where you want to put your focus on so that you can have it ready for tomorrow.
Okay, inshallah.
Okay.
Inshallah, I will do it. Maybe today I didn't put much attention to it, so I ran out of time of preparing it. Maybe.
So this is really good when you are aware of like where you dropped the ball on something, right? Is it a matter of time? Was it you didn't have the ingredient there? Was it you forgot to order, you forgot to get it? Like what is it? And that's the thing that you want to make sure you fix so that it doesn't keep becoming something that then like, okay, it's not a problem, you didn't have the salad once, but then you don't want to keep running out of time every single day where not having the salad becomes the normal. Mariam, I'm also traveling on Wednesday for the weekend. Can I do the juicing day on Wednesday instead of Friday? So Mariam, again, do you not have access to a kitchen? Same thing. And are you traveling Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, like all 3 days?
Yes, I'm traveling Wednesday afternoon, coming back on Saturday. And I'll actually be in a camp, so I won't have access to I'll try to have proper food with me, but I won't have access to all kinds of food, so I'll try to stick to veggies and proteins as well.
So I would do the same thing as Sandra, and it's as if you're starting your 9 days on Wednesday again, right? So do the 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, protein, and then do the 6 days no protein, and then keep your juicing for the following week.
What if we don't want to start again?
Well, some of you will have to start again because that's one of the, we're going to talk about that, right? Part of finishing the 9-day cycle is repeating the 9-day cycle. So this isn't the only 9-day cycle you're going to do. Once you get to the end of your first 9-day cycle, you're going to, all of you have to make a decision as to how you're going to move forward. Are you going to continue at this pace? Are you going to slow it down? Are you going to speed it up? because at that point, you're the only one who's going to really know what's happening with your body. You're going to see if you're starting to feel better, if you're not feeling better, like where are you after the juicing day? So if there is something happening in the middle of this, it's going to throw off your process a bit, not where it's going to throw off your results, but you won't be able to know. You won't be able to make the better decision for yourself as to how to move forward. So for both of you, you and Sandra, the best thing that I can see is for you to go on your vacation, do the best that you can do with veggies and protein, come back, and that will be like the beginning of the 9-day cycle again, come back and do the 6 days, and then do your juicing, and then you make a decision at the end of that.
Okay. Can I ask you if I have Hashimoto's?
Oh, then
And if
you're definitely repeating the 9 days.
okay, so to reach like full healing, if I'm in the first stage or
Yeah.
second stage, if to reach the full healing, so how long do you see me doing the 9 days, repeating the 9 days?
I've seen it go as fast as 13 days. In my October program, I had a lady with thyroid. 13 days into the program, all of her symptoms have started to disappear. 13 days. So today's 8. So in 5 days from now, in theory, she couldn't believe, like her throat was constricted from the swelling in her thyroid. She had problems breathing. 13 days in, that was gone. Her test results were showing improvements. So from 13 days to 3 months is the range I've seen.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome. Hiba, sometimes I'm very full. I don't actually like the taste of the veggies, so can I eat very little portion? So let's start by thinking, how can you improve the taste? So the veggies, you can add garlic, you can add onions, you can add fresh or dry herbs like dill, thyme, oregano. You can add all sorts of things to make them taste better. So if you haven't done that yet, I highly recommend you do that first, because that's how you make them tasty, right? Mix it all with a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, etc. Roast it. So if you've been boiling, I also recommend you roast versus boil, because that makes a difference in the taste. Because these, especially the broccoli, all of these, broccoli, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, and if you're substituting with zucchini and all these others, these are the ones that really, really have that gut scrubbing power. And these are the ones that are really, really important for hormones also. So you want to be having these as much as you can every single day. Still can't eat much. Okay, so eat what you can, but don't remove them. Eat what you're able to eat. Karen, she was already on thyroid medication, Karen. She came to me already on thyroid medication, and she had the last that she had told me, and I haven't followed up with her since the Christmas vacation and all of this, was that she was following up with her doctor, her endocrinologist, and he had told her that based on her next test results, they would start to reduce the medication because she wanted to come off the medication. I just pushed myself to eat them because I know I have to. You know the phrase, fake it till you make it? If that's what you need to do, then that's what you do. Fake it till you make it. And you can also turn them into a soup, Hiba, right? Roasting those vegetables and then blending them into a soup. Can be quite tasty as a soup and much easier to eat if you're not enjoying chewing the vegetables. All right, good. Any other questions for me, ladies? We are basically just on repeat this week. Everything you're doing is just on repeat, with the exception of the day where you have a spinach soup and the day where you have potatoes and or sweet potatoes, and then the day that you're juicing. So tomorrow's the same as today, Tuesday the same as today. I think Wednesday is the potato day, then Thursday is the same, and then Friday you're juicing. Tomorrow we're doing a strictly educational class. So if you haven't been bringing a notebook or maybe taking notes during these sessions, I highly recommend you do that tomorrow, because I will be talking to you about your different types of hormones that you have and what are the symptoms that arise when these hormones become imbalanced. So you will want to be taking notes, because you're going to be asking you, like, do you have this symptom, this symptom, this symptom, so that you can get really clear on which set of hormones are the ones that are acting up for you. It's just the way, it's not going to change anything that we're doing. It's not going to change the plan or anything like that, but it's really important for you, because most women don't even know what their hormones are, what their hormones do. We just have this problem with hormones without really understanding. So understanding your body is part of the whole unlearning, learning, and relearning, and very much part of how you become empowered in taking back control of your health. All right. Shadeen, so excited for tomorrow's class. Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of information in tomorrow's class. So it might, sometimes this class has run a bit longer depending on the question. So I'm not saying it will, but maybe just give yourself a little bit. I always try and stop on time, but sometimes, because tomorrow I have to talk a lot, so that leaves less Q&A time. So just in case, give yourself a little bit more time tomorrow. Not a question, just a big thank you, Dana. Thank you for holding the space. And if you're absolutely welcome. I am definitely holding the space for all of you. I have all the faith in the world that when you truly believe that you can heal, and you do the work and you take the steps, as challenging as they are, and you are surrounded by a community of women who are doing the same and also believe in you, and I'm here to hold this space for you 100%. I can't wait to see how amazing your healing is going to be for all of you. All right, ladies, with that, I will let you go, and I will see you all here again tomorrow, same time, same place. Please don't forget to put your takeaways in the group. Once I post the video every single day, I tag you all as a reminder. Please put your takeaways. So please do that. And please, if you haven't done it for previous ones, go ahead and do that also. All right. Rania, can you please send me the mail to forward to people interested? Which Rania, you're on my mailing list. You can basically forward from your email any, because now if you've noticed, you get the emails for the 21-day program, but you're also on my general mailing list. So you're also getting a daily email that goes out to everybody on my list. You can take any one of those emails and okay, but you want
Is there a specific mail? Sorry, hi Dana. Is there a specific mail that because some of my friends are interested? It's like I don't know which mail to send them, you know, because I'm not sure if they can open they can't open the links.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll send, they can just join my mailing list. That's the easiest way. I'll send you the link for them,
Okay.
each one of them separately, to join my mailing list. Yeah.
And for me as well, please, Dana.
I'll put it
I
on the
have
group.
the same thing.
Okay.
Somebody asked me yesterday, and I didn't know what to say.
I'll put it on the link. Thank you, ladies. A ripple effect already. Wow.
Yeah, yesterday.
Amazing.
Thank
All right,
you.
ladies. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Thank
Good
you
night.
so much.
Yes,
Dana.
okay.
Bye.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, dear.